Hello, I'm Andy, and I'm going to read to you a monthly horoscope for May 2022. And this is especially you coming from Cancer. Before I begin, here's my email. Send me this email if you wish to know your next 9 years based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and reading your palms. This is something very special. It's the work of the soul, changing all those lines and signs as you go on and on in your life. And I'll show you how to activate and to also be in very close touch with the soul that you have. Very, very important. So that you can become somebody very special. Get your third eye working. Have your aura to shine. Makes you very, very special. And I will show you how to formulate your own personal lucky lottery numbers if you like to play lotteries. We'll talk about all this later on. The first 15 days of May, you coming from Cancer, they are going to be good enough, except that there's one planet there that wants to stop you from being on the same wavelength as other people. So you might become very disagreeable generally with people. And where the job is concerned, with your colleagues, with your bosses and superiors. So try to be on the same wavelength as to appreciate who the leaders are. And that's your bosses and also your colleagues. And once you can be on the same wavelength, then the other good planets will be activated. And that's what makes you very imaginative and very appreciated by the place you work. It's not a good enough time to go looking for a good job. So hang on to what you have. And even if you lose the job, tell yourself to hang on and to wait for the next period to become better. So not very secure in job, but there are many other planets supporting you. So your work is handled well. It's just that you're not on the same length with people. Where business is concerned, it'll be the same story. You are just not accepting what other people are advising you. This is not a good planet. And so I want you to turn it around to accept the advice people give you. And that way, you will be on the same wavelength as people, more agreeability together, and you'll do better in job. And this applies to business as well. In the business area, there's a planet that makes you very dominating in the first 15 days. That's also not very good because you may have other people working with you who love their freedom and love their independence as well. So you try to do your best in the business area and job area to be as adaptable, as negotiable as you can. You'll have enough energy then to do something worthwhile for yourself. Not a very strong time to change your job. Be careful. Now, regarding business, the business community welcomes you in this first 15 days. But if you have partners, the danger may be that partners may not agree with your plans. And there again we go. You're not on the same length with people. So whoever is superior, try to give them the way and try to follow suit so that the business can plan to be expanded. There's every chance of expansion, even expansion for overseas. I see overseas planet very favorably placed with you and recognition for you. So again, whoever is superior, give them the respect and they will see that you have become on the same wavelength with them. So that's for your job and business. For romance, if you find a new romance, it may be somebody who will turn out to be very disagreeable in whatever you want to plan as the romance gets studied. So let me tell you well in advance, if you find a new romance, take it easy. Don't want to go flying into the arms of the person because you may suddenly find that opposites do not work. And so you only find your compatibility slowly. So take your time. If you have an ongoing romance, the same thing. Why don't you agree with each other? Are you right or is your romance partner right? Ask yourself many times. And don't for the sake of your ego, because you will tend to have an ego, which is going to be very troublesome during this first 15 days of May. Now, if you are married, it is going to be much better because long-term planets are seen. So a little bit of trouble here and there in the first 15 days of May. Just tell yourself not to make too much of a meal about them. Just let them pass. And you will see that in marriage, compatibility works much better for you. Regarding your health, in the first 15 days of May, my main concern is firstly, accidents. That can be very possible. And secondly, your lungs. Be careful of your lungs. There seems to be bronchitis or even asthma or even difficulties of breathing shown here. If you find that out, then go and see a doctor. Let's go to your last 16 days of May. Your last 16 days of May worsen and worsen and worsen. So at least in the first 15 days, you have some availability to find help. You lose that when you enter the last 15 days of May 2022. Where job is concerned, everything can turn against you very, very quickly. Arguments, making very bad, careless mistakes, and saying careless things, and wanting to be a non-conformist, not being able to get along with your colleagues or your bosses. Don't let that happen because a job is very, very insecure in the last 16 days of May. You have to show your best foot forward and be appreciative and tell yourself you want to be part of a team at any cost. If you're in business, it's better for you not to be adventurous because the planets of money are against you. And whatever you do in business, it could be miscalculation, misinformation. All that turns against you very fiercely. Past problems also tend to crop up in job areas and business areas as well. So lie low and be part of a team, even in business, if the blame comes, so that you are not singled out for the blame. And if you find a new romance in the last 16 days of May, be very careful that trouble is coming your way. Don't definitely instigate a quick romance because you'll regret very quickly as well. Take your time. If you have an ongoing romance, things are going to get bad, starting with arguments and being not on the same wavelength, and also being a person who brings past issues to blame and blame your romantic partner. Don't do that because you'll worsen and weaken the romance you have. And if you're married, yes, the marriage can have difficulties. Who wants to be the boss will be the main question. So since your time is bad in the last 16 days of May, let your wife or let your husband take over. Let them make the decisions will be better, safer for you as well. And don't be unnecessarily dominating. Regarding business partnerships, especially in the last 16 days of May, when the time is bad, you don't want to form partnerships of any kind. Even the partnerships you have in business, in job, they are going to get worse and very worrying for you. So it's going to be a difficult last 16 days of May. Well, I have a session of 90 minutes, which will talk to you about your next 9 years. And it will be based on your date of birth, your time of birth, and these powerful things on your palms. It belongs to the soul. That's what the palm is all about. The messages of the soul are all there. Yes, that's how the lines change and the lines do this and the signs appear and the signs disappear. Who is doing that? Is the soul. So these are messages there. And I read these messages together with your date of birth and time of birth. And I talk to you about your next 9 years, age by age, calendar year by calendar year. We'll go through that and you will find a way out of any problems and a way in when opportunities come. And that powerful soul that you have, how do you activate the energy? How do you reach that position to work alongside harmoniously? I will show you how to do that. So your third eye will be ready to open, and so that your aura can shine. And your lucky colors and lucky gemstones and lucky days and lucky directions. There's a host of energies to teach you. Accumulated, they make you a very powerful person, globally even. And that's what I will hope to make you be. So here again is my email. Send me this email and let's get down to business. Let's get this project off the ground as soon as possible so that you can become that person you want to be worldwide and become the dream that you want can come true. In the meantime, I wish you a good month. Thank you. Goodbye.